Let's go again. Same deck, I guess. Maybe I should have changed a few things. The swamps are actually not too bad. We probably shouldn't overlap the battlefields in multiple squares anymore. Maybe one is okay, but 3 in a row is rough. Let's actually use this vampire mansion pretty early. I think we're gonna put it here, so we can fight a vampire pretty early. I also want this attack speed. Counter actually 10%. It's quite a good amount. Weapon. Better weapon. Magic damage and regen. Magic damage. Not sure what that means exactly. I just assume it penetrates defense, but it might work differently. Let's get the armor. Let's start building some rocks. Down here, I guess. Let's get the shield. I think I prefer evasion over counter. Hi, Juan Jose. Welcome. This is Loop Hero, a new roguelike strategy RPG where you build the world yourself, but the fighting and stuff is pretty much exclusively done automatically. Let's make sure we don't have too many fights over the vampire mansion. I wonder if we have multiple vampire mansions on the same in the same place, will multiple vampires spawn? Perhaps. Let's find out. It might be a mistake, but we'll see. Let's build our meadows around the treasury. Swamp. I mean, if we have a swamp anywhere, then it's probably best to have them close to the vampires. Only one vampire spawned, and the vampire aura doesn't stack either, and they don't like synergize like the battlefields. So it seems pretty safe to put vampire mansions close to one another. Or at least relatively safe. I think I wanna focus on getting these harpies out quickly. I'll keep the mountains in hand for now. The harpies seem relatively easy to deal with. Road lantern again. I'm gonna stack them up here. I wanna build my... I wanna build my village around here. Maybe I shouldn't have built the swamp there then, because now I don't have space for the wheat field. Sure, let's move on. This is pretty tame for now. Better armor, better shield. Cemetery. Sure. Not close to the chrono crystal. Maybe around here. We should have a skeleton spawning by the time we arrive there. I hope. These vampires do actually matter quite a bit. Let's build the battlefield here. I guess we can get the harpies now, so we probably should build the giant peak. Damage troll and vampirism, sure. This shield also offers some counter, I should probably equip it. With a lot of wheat fields, but no village to use it yet. Yep, they merged. It's now a mountain peak. It gives us 120 HP and 5 additional one for every adjacent mountain or rock tile. And it also spawns a harpy every 2 days. Which they are pretty like medium level enemies. I've seen easier, I've seen worse, but it's a way to get some loot, I guess. Ooh, nice armor there, with some extra defense on top of the HP. Like certain tiles change when certain conditions are met. The mountains merge if you place them in a square. The meadows bloom if anything other than a meadow is adjacent to them. So like here we could have a battlefield to make that meadow bloom. If we don't make a bloody path here, the chrono crystal won't affect that battlefield, so it should be pretty safe. Build some more rocks. There we have our first goblin camp. I'm not gonna oblivion it just yet, but might probably do so later. Oh, we have a tier 3 weapon. We should probably equip that. Our damage has been pretty lackluster for a while now, but that should definitely change it. Nice, we managed to plunder the treasury. Now gargoyles will spawn. We also got a nice ring out of it. And a shield. Sure. And we leveled up. Article of Protection sounds nice, but the problem with that is it's gone very quickly with the defense not applying to it. Maybe we try out Blade of Dawn. Every morning the hero's sword is filled with sunlight, causing its next attacks to deal 2 times damage to all. It's once a day. Card Sharp, 10% chance to keep the card after placing its tile. Doesn't work for the golden cards. No idea what golden cards are, I haven't seen any, or if I did, I haven't recognized them. Probably not. I'm gonna go with the Blade of Dawn, try this one out. That's pretty neat. But it's only gonna be once a day, so how impactful is it really gonna be? Let's build more cemeteries there. Yeah, it's pretty impactful in the fights where it actually triggers. Oh. Tier 5 spear with some counter. That's very nice for our damage output. 16% evasion, I actually like the idea of that. There's a harpy. Nice shield. High defense. Counter. Some damage to all. So many wheat fields and still haven't found a single village to place them. Decent armor, attack speed, counter, damage to all, sure. Longsword, slightly lower damage. But some damage to all to make up for it. I think I'll keep the spear for now. Enough with these goblins. They are very scary if we don't have road lanterns next to their camp. Because they will spawn in huge amounts. Defense counter vampirism. I think I prefer that over the other one. There's the harpy. The damage output is pretty low. Another swamp. Haven't found anything interesting to do with the swamp. Maybe I should try putting it next to a battlefield. Or close to a battlefield. And we can fight spirits of mosquitoes. That sounds not that exciting, to be honest. But who knows? Polearm. Same damage, vampirism and defense instead of counter. Sure. We do have some swamps, so we can't just infinitely stack vampirism. This is a special slime. Dark slime. Cosmic. High health, higher damage. Just a stronger slime. Slightly stronger slime. I don't think the vampire mansions merge in any way. I at least haven't seen anything like that happening so far. But they do affect villages that are close by, at the very least. Magic damage, defense. That's a lot of defense. Sure. Skeletons are often holding good loot. That's a nice weapon upgrade. Gives us a good chunk of regen per second. Not sure what to do with this other vampire mansion just yet. Let's keep building up the treasury again. Let's keep going. Slightly less defense in total, but a lot of vampirism. I'm gonna take it. Damage to all. Yes. Oh, we finally found our village. I think I will oblivion this swamp so that I can place a village here. It gets ransacked immediately. And it shouldn't be too tough with the 2 road lanterns next to it. Where do we want the road lantern? Keep the amount of ghouls minimal, I guess. Oh, high tier ring. Just regen. Not sure. That's good for us. Oh. Magic damage and damage to all. Slightly lower HP though. Fine. build a swamp here now. It's affected by at least one of these road lanterns, so it shouldn't be too bad. Slightly lower damage, lower regen, but vampirism and defense. We could really build on build around vampirism and regen, like just heal up. Then we should definitely not place many swamps, because these are gonna be very dangerous for us in that case. Gargoyles are such nice enemies. They die pretty quickly. And give decent loot. Counter and vampirism. That might be a good combination. That's a lot of defense. Sure. Less vampirism, I guess. Being the downside there. Oh, tier 7. Magic damage and counter, higher damage as well. Yeah. Fine. Our damage is very high now. Counter and vampirism. Over the damage? Probably. We already have pretty high damage, so counter allows us to apply that more often, and vampirism allows us to heal from it. Does make kind of sense. Let's look at the skill point. If your HP drops below 30%, your regeneration is doubled. Interesting. We don't have a lot of regeneration anymore though. Hero leaves 10% of his findings in a camp while passing through a campfire tile. Probably too late for that. Let's get the counterattacks restore health depending on your current loop. Let's keep building more rocks and mountains around this because of the adjacency bonus they get. Evasion and vampirism. Is that better than counter and vampirism? It's a lot more vampirism at least. I should start thinking about the Lich and build stuff around my camp. Don't really want it to be a swamp, but if we don't have anything else, let's make a vampire mansion here. Attack speed, counter, vampirism and defense. Okay, can get behind that. We don't have a lot of evasion anyway, so... There's another treasury. Yeah, we're actually not losing much HP at all in these fights. An hour with regen and vampirism, sure. I think I prefer that ring actually. We're back to a counter vampirism ring, but with higher numbers this time. Let's build around countering and vampiring here. Damage to all and evasion. Damage down as well. No. Max HP down by 2, some counter. Probably not. Yeah, the Blade of Dawn is actually quite nice. With the huge AoE at the start of every day. Whew. Finally hit that thing. These fights in the swamp are really scary. I'm just gonna start building stuff around my camp now. Just to reduce the amount of Lich buildings we have to deal with. Because I feel like we are going quite strong here and I really do want to fight a Lich this time. A goblin camp there. Guess we can deal with 1 or 2 goblins, but then we oblivion it. I think is the best plan here. Oh, tier 8 armor with a lot of counter. We lose a bit of vampirism though, but our counters also restore health, so... Evasion is not really what we're building around in this run. I think after the next goblin spawns I'm gonna get rid of the goblin camp. Gargoyle is artificial life, so they won't gain vampirism. $32 to 48 damage, sure. 20% evasion on a ring. Counter evasion and vampirism. I prefer my focused one instead. Really don't like these swamps at all. I hope we can get through that fine. Gives us less counter, less defense, but some magic damage and more HP. Good enough. That's quite the big HP loss if I use this one instead. But counter and vampirism are kind of the stats we're building around, although this one already has quite a bit of counter, so... The damage these guys are doing now is pretty crazy. Attack speed, regen per sec, evasion, not really our kind of item. Damage to all, attack speed. Attack speed could also work. Better shield, certainly. Let's build a cemetery here, that one shouldn't be too dangerous. Chrono crystal here, I guess. And we have another meadow to finish off this one. Keep working on the next treasury. Counter instead of defense, yes. Countering does heal us as well after all. Oh, Goblin Ghost. The ghost of a ghost again? Oh, these are quite scary. Finally we found a village. Well, we already had one here, but still. Having one more. I think I want to use that one to heal up before we enter the boss fight. So I'm gonna place it... What spawned there? Bandit camp. Masters of trading their poverty for someone else's life. Spawns a bandit on an adjacent tile every 2 days. Bandits prefer villages. Appears for every 2 village tiles. So they're basically like the goblins for villages instead of mountains. Annoying. I like that we can heal off even off the chests. Can life steal from them. Magic damage counter, that's good, but I kind of feel like we need the vampirism on our ring. Maybe not. Maybe our counter heals are good enough. Doesn't seem like it though. Yeah, doesn't really seem like it. Battlefield. You know what? I'm gonna Oblivion this swamp because swamps are horrible for us. Maybe I should have Oblivion the one we are about to run through, but... Okay, we're pretty close to spawning the Lich. Oh, not these guys. Please kill them quickly. Oh, that was rough. Oh, damage slightly down, but the attack speed up is massive. Heals 135 HP upon entering. Attack speed and vampirism, that might be good. If we attack faster, we can steal more life. Oh, we're close to dying here. Bandits. Hopefully these are not too bad. Hey! Hey! I don't remember you. You don't look like a local. That's because I'm not. I see. And you think you can just wander these parts without consequences? Times are rough, you know. Nothing to bite. Nothing to wet one's whistle. And we have to deal with strangers who have no sympathy for our poverty. What? Think you're better than us? No? Did I guess right? Is this the correct answer? Because I'm getting the impression this is one of these cases. Well, my answer has zero influence on what happens next. Well, you've got insight. It's the only thing you will keep today. Bandit living has a soul. HP is decent. Damage is not that high, but they attack fairly quickly. Looks like we can take them down pretty reasonably well. Come to think of it, murderers and thieves are part of this world too. If my mission is to return everything back to normal, should I be happy they're appearing again? On the other hand, being disgusted with murder and theft is also part of this world. So I guess I don't owe it to anyone to be happy. Quite philosophical there, hero. Ooh, these scarecrows hit hard. Does this armor magic damage defense regen? No, I don't think that's better than what we have. I wish we can finish this treasury and then probably leave, because we're about to die otherwise. We might die in this fight even. Yeah! One of these skeletons just hit us for 110. And there we go. Whew! Rough! Back to town. Can we build anything? Not the smithy. Not the supply depot. We're still missing metal. And stone for the cemetery, I guess.